Father, you are the sole provider right now.
Most definitely.
You are the person taking care of everything. So to tell me that I should put my money on side, drive whatever amount of hours that is. I mean, I don't know if it's wrong or right, but I know that I feel like it's not my responsibility to make certain that that stays. I mean,
but it's your responsibility to provide the opportunity.
Well, I mean, but outside of what we're talking about, the child, there's history behind it. You don't cause me to lose everything in my life.
Okay, that's
different.
Why
would I ride?
Right.
Why would I ride? When you get out, build your relationship with your child. I've never said anything negative about you to your child. Your child, you are still super dad in your child's eyes, but mom is not going to ride out.
I think in the midst of certain situations, I think both sides tend to lose like the realization of what's important, which is the child. You know what I'm saying, like we get wrapped up in, okay, he in jail, what's she doing, and all this and all that, but you have to come to some type of, you know what I'm saying, like meeting to focus on the child. Like that's what it's about. At the end of all the bullshit, at the end of all the, he say, she say, he didn't pay, this and that, he in jail, woo woo. It's still about the child. You know what I'm saying? Like
some black women need. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No.
They need to learn how to separate their feelings
from what's important.
From what's important from raising their child. Yeah. It's two different things. Most women get convoluted as far as mixing their feelings, their personal feelings, and mixing their child feelings on how they allow their father to be in a child's life.
Okay.
You got to learn how to separate the two. They say men are cold-hearted. We have two different sides. We have emotions and stuff as well. Mm-hmm. As far as men, it's hard for us to show our emotion because it's not respected. That's just tradition. That just goes on. Although it's getting a little soft in 2020. I don't wear dresses. But we all know what's popping. The emasculation of male. But that's a whole other situation. Whole other topic. But what I'm saying is most women, black or white, Indian, Mexican, need to learn how to separate their emotions from their child emotion and connecting the two.
But you have a lot of men too. You have to think of it like this. You have a lot of men too that is very petty when it comes to not being in their kid's life, because the woman is no longer with them. When the woman is with them, not with them anymore, they fail to say, we're not going to give no money. We're not going to come get the child. We're not going to be a part of this child's life, because now you with a new man. I was about to say the N word, but now you with a new man and they don't want the responsibility. But at the same time, this is still your child.
I totally agree. It goes both ways.
So it's not one-sided. But yeah, we have a lot of petty, and be real, we have a lot of petty ass women out here that do use their kid as a
tool,
as a pawn.
They're gonna be like, okay, either you're gonna give me what I want, or you won't see your child. Either you're going to do what I want, or you won't see my child. You won't see this child. There are some good men out there. Some real good men. But you have some that you just be like, why? Why are you even doing this? So, I mean, Kay, how's your baby father? What's going on with you?
We get real personal on
my baby daddy is not in jail. He gonna see all of this. We co-parent just fine. He keeps him 7 days out of the week. I keep him the next 7 days out of the week.
Y'all 7 and 7?
We 7 and 7.
Okay.
We 7 and 7 for right now.
Okay.
So we do what we can. Yes, we may not see eye to eye on a lot of things. My baby daddy, sorry, put your business out there. My baby daddy spent 11 years in jail. So with that being said, there's a mentality that comes with that we all have to understand. So it makes it a little bit harder for him to come to reality or come to life of what we do and to act like we would, as we should here. So we have a lot of issues that we have to try to work out. But we do what we can when it comes to our son. Okay. Everybody kind of knows the issue of what happened a little bit. So, but we do what we can. I'm not going to keep him.
No.
We don't know what happened.
Okay, Mr. Williams. Mm-hmm. Do you have any,
I'm working.
now, hold on. Let me speak for some of the baby fathers now.
Okay.
There are a lot of deadbeat, like just dead ass wrong cats out here.
Right.
Now, I'm not gonna say that there isn't, but there is also a lot of cats that actually want to be there, actually like want to be in their kids' lives, and for whatever reasons they do get cut out, they get shunned or whatever. And you know, I think that needs to stop. Like,
but
okay,
how can you fix it? How can we come together as a black community? Because it's basically, if you let them tell it, it's our black men. You let society tell it, it's our black men who's not there for their children.
I mean, the numbers speak for itself. It's 75%. 75%. Like I think it's
men that are not there.
Yeah.
It goes beyond that though.
Yeah.
It does.
We can go even farther as far as the separation from the black man from the black family back in the 80s.
Okay.
So
You can go even further.
we can go slavery. We don't have to go that far. We ain't gotta be that old. But I'm just saying. I was just saving everybody in the room. So, but we can even go back as far as the separation from the black man from the black family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Women has got accustomed to being without the black man. Point blank. Period. Raising their own kids. Not even saying nobody in this room. Point blank. Period. But the white man.
Okay.
But the government has provided certain assistance for black women to be okay without having a black father in the house. So it turned against black women, started to resent black men, period. Didn't need them. I'm not saying they was doing a good job.
Need a man thing.
This whole movement, independence, the whole now Beyonce kicked it off back in 2000. I'm just saying, that's just a little joke. But I'm just saying though, it was just that mentality that was not even bestowed upon black women to be okay without being a black man and being used to not having a black family household, period. Even back from slavery. So just that mentality and the traditions have just passed on to social media nowadays promotes it as well. But we just don't see it because it's been in our face for years.
I don't believe that always to be the case. I mean, I was raised in a house. My parents didn't get divorced till I was like 15. So I grew up knowing a mother and a father in a household. And I know other friends that had mothers and fathers in households. I do know others that didn't. But I do think it's a choice. I think it's a choice. We all have a choice and a decision in what we do in life. And at some point, when it becomes tough, the black man is easier to say, fuck it.
That's the condition. To me, that's what they condition you to believe. 90% of the black men is in jail. They tell you black men is crime. They tell you black men rob, murder, steal all day. You've been harassed and mostly by black men, but you're not understanding the proximity of your community is mostly black. If you was in a white neighborhood, it would be the same thing, but your proximity is not that. So you got to understand the negativity that is shown to you since you was a child, as far as a black man is concerned. Even though you don't truly believe it, but just subconsciously. As much as they fed into you to believe that, that's your first thinking. Not saying that's what you want to do, but I'm just saying, and not even saying your situation, but we got to go by percentages in black folk. We can't just go by individuals, because we all have an individual thought on it. But let's go by major numbers. If I don't want just y'all three behind me, I need 90% of the black folk behind me, but the 90% is showing us that's not the way they think. They don't think like you. 90% of the black folks can't even have the conversation that you're having right now. So how can they honestly understand where you came from and your point of view?
Now, I would say this though. We like to say that the government providing us assistance causes a black woman to not need a black man, but let's not forget that white people make up most of the higher percentage of people on welfare than we do.
Yeah,
WIC and all of that.
Yes.
So I'm not sure if we want to contribute a lot of that to the reason why black men and women can't seem to get together and co-parent and do all of that, because for what we understand,
I blame it on a loss of culture. We don't have a culture.
Okay.
As in terms of like black Americans that are here, unless you had a parent that may have been from another country, or you have family that's Haiti, wherever else, there is no culture. You have 400 years of we lost our culture. You're not allowed to celebrate anything that you used to do. You're not allowed to do any religions. You're not doing any traditions. So there's nothing that in 400 years that majority of the black people that live in America that have been raised, came out of slavery, they've not been able to do anything. But the white family and all the others, they've been able to have bonds and ties and build, and we don't have that. So now we're trying to do it. Now we're trying to do it, and we're trying to get all of our people together, but we're trying to get people together after 400 years of being forced apart, Jim Crow.
Okay, well, I understand that, but my family, let me keep it real.
Where are you from?
Louisiana. So my family, I have a stepfather. And when he stepped in, he took the responsibility of being a father to kids. He did the man thing. So, and I have a father that took, when my stepfather died, took the role in raising, helping his daughters. If they called, he did. So I can't say that it failed or we don't have black men to step up, because both of my fathers, both of them, Louis Dumas and Mickey Dupree, was real men. So when I look at a man, I look at a man to have those qualities in them. Because if you can't step up and do 1% of what both of them did, there's nothing you can do for me. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, we're going to take a break.
For 8 years, Yale Radiocast has been one of the hottest outlets for music. And now, we're the livest live stream. Now Yale Radiocast is Yale Radiocast Live. We're 24/7 streaming to any electronic or mobile device. We're bringing you all hits all day with the best in hip-hop, independent, R&B, top 100, international, and more. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media sites at Yale Radiocast. Yale Radiocast is now powered by Zeno Media. Log on to zeno.fm/Yale Radiocast. We still get the business.
Boy Mark L coming at you live and direct from Yale Radio Cast. Check us out 2 to 4 every Saturday for the Male Review. The Male Review is a show where you get a perspective of how men think. We may have some special guests in the studio, maybe a woman here and there. You never quite know what will happen with the Male Review, but do know you will definitely be hearing from a masculine man standpoint about how we feel about things that are happening in and about our society. Be sure you tune in 2 to 4 every Saturday. Call in and listen to us here on YaleRadiocast.com.
Getting married anymore and staying married, so we don't have to worry about these stats that make us look like we
don't give a
trash. Shit. That we don't give a shit about anything.
Well, you see the way that man face turn up to marriage.
Okay.
No.
It's all right to have your feelings about marriage.
I have, because I've been there. Okay, but the whole thing is, if we're going to talk about marriage, nobody sticks to the principles of what marriage was based off of.
Can't say nobody.
Because you base it off of money. Y'all women nowadays, not all of y'all, we're going to base it off of money. Okay, because you want to compare it to how your granddaddy and your daddy did. Not all of y'all, but you know it's a good percentage.
No. What I'm about to say is what y'all fail to realize. Marriage was created and based off of money. It was not based off of love. That's why they had your granddaddy, your great-grandfather, they told you who you was going to marry from a young person. Right. So it was always based off of money.
Okay, but the purpose of that money has changed. Because now they say if you don't have XYZ, you can't leave the household. Granddaddy only had $4 and he made $4 work.
YouTube link.
YaleRadiocast.com.
YaleRadiocast.com. Could you
YouTube.com/Yale Radiocast.
YouTube.com. Shit.
You feeling good over there? I'm gonna bring some alcohol for y'all.
So granddaddy wasn't rich. You know what I'm saying? By no means of the source, right? But at the end of the day, he took care of home.
So and that's
you know what I'm saying. So because y'all got the stories from auntie and uncle. There was like five of them in one room, right? Mm-hmm. Now if you in that situation, you ain't a real man.
YouTube.
Huh?
Yale.
But you want the current day man to be like your granddaddy. Well, I'm trying to do the same thing granddaddy did. Shit, he had all y'all in one room. Why can't I?
Really, Lala? That's
shit, Grandpapa didn't have a car, but if I don't have a car, I'm not a real man.
Granddaddy won't like that.
So
Granddaddy had 4 other kids down the street.
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
See, my daddy had 13.
Daddy had how many?
13.
Do you
But
want
how
to be
many
like
women?
that?
No, I got 2 boys. I'm done. I called that before I even had them 2. I only want 2 sons. Two and through. 2 and through. I called it. Good free throw percentage. 100% from the free throw line. I'm done. Okay?
Maybe today's women are less accepting of the shit that Grandpa used to do.
That is. That's a good thing. Because y'all don't got to deal with it. I said that last week. Did I say that last week?
We don't have to deal with the bullshit from, it's like we don't.
I said that last week.
Because now it's like we as women, we don't have to deal with it because guess what? We can go to work. We make our own money. We can provide. So we don't have to deal with your cheating ass, with the bullshit that you bring to the table, with all the lies.
The lies.
I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not going to deal with it.
The person that was in a good position from Granddaddy was Grandma. If you was the other woman, you were fucked up. So basically,
the other woman was taken care of back then.
Yeah, the other
woman was taken care of just as much as Grandmama was.
But you know, the other
She
woman,
just
she
knew
still
her role.
had
She
knew her place.
The other
so
woman
she knew her role.
Yeah.
She was less than.
But she was taken care of. She was taken care of.
The woman being taken care of is not less than.
How do you feel about being less than?
Shit, I done been plenty of side niggas.
You don't like
Goddamn
shit.
Goddamn
They like
shit.
that now. They like that now.
I mean,
They like
shit.
that.
You talking about I don't give a damn about y'all shit. I just came to shoot a free throw and get out. Came to shoot a free throw.
See, that's the problem.
get out.
Nobody care about where they lay their seed at.
That's true.
I care, because if I put it anywhere, because I care very much. If I put it anywhere outside of here, I might have to pay more money. So I care about where I lay my seeds. It's got to be somewhere up in this region. I care very much. It's up in here.
Okay, y'all don't care about where y'all stick y'all dick.
We do. We're too immature, and people expect people, mostly men, to be ready to be adults at 23, 24, 25, even 30. We don't even know how to be a man till we about 40.
That's a problem.
Real talk.
That's fucked up.
Real talk.
That's a problem.
I'm just calling what it is. I ain't saying it ain't fucked up.
You call it what it is.
I'm calling it what it is.
Wait a minute, let's keep real. No, let's keep it real. Even if, when you meet men, I done met men at 40 and 50 that's still immature as hell.
Well, they fucked up because at what point we got to go off. We got to go off. We got to go off experience though, how to be a man, how to lead a household.
So it goes back to.
Let me tell you about my argument with my baby mama. I cuss out every time when I hear her. You grown now. Devin ain't nothing but 19. Shut the fuck up telling me my son grown.
He is grown.
He's 19. That nigga just learning how to damn not hit the fucking toilet when he piss. Much less pay a bill, much less lead a household.
What happened to the potty training method?
I'm just saying. I'm using that as an example. You really think somebody 19 years old ain't paid a bill yet, really grown, ready to lead a household? We got to go through some shit.
Well,
we got to fuck
but
up.
Dwayne Wade said his son's 12 years old. He can get his dick cut off because he's 12.
What? That's because he's doing that ginger roll and he changed his name already.
Wait.
The little boy done changed his name already.
My homeboy said 40. Hell no, you.
Look.
No, now he can do all that, but he ain't gonna be able to change nothing to when he 18.
His name is already changed.
He can change. You're gonna be a boy till you 18 years old and pay for your own.
Okay, so at 18, so the government saying 18, he's a man then.
He can when he has the money.
I don't give a fuck what he cut off. He a man. If anybody out there listened to the male review this week, I don't give a fuck what you cut off. You are a man.
Always.
You can't give birth. You can't. Mark L said you can't have a motherfucking breastfeeding competition. You are a man. You got to have your motherfucking prostate checked.
Yes, they can make men lactate.
You can make men like.
You gotta make it though. It's not natural. You're a man. I don't care.
Make men lactate.
Look here.
Men can lactate.
They could get as much implants as they want to. That nigga still go a fucking 5 o'clock shadow. He's a man.
Implant. A man.
You okay. He just walked in.
Okay. Either way. Guess what? If something happened to you, they check your birth certificate. boy, male, man. I don't give a fuck what you want to call yourself, Brenda, nigga, you Bruce. You Bruce. You can be as much Brenda as you want to be.
Okay. I can't take it with y'all. You good? All right, Bruce. You good, sissy?
I mean, he done said Bruce. Said, what's my comeback for Bruce? They experimenting with putting wombs in a man.
I know they are experimenting, but my whole point is not natural.
Who was doing that?
They
put
the upper room
womb in a man. They allow the child to grow, and it works.
Where's he gonna come out at?
They're gonna do a C-section.
Can't come out.
You have to have a vertical for that.
The upper room.
The upper room.
You gotta have a vertical for that. Where's it gonna come out at?
That's the new procedures, though. That's what they doing.
They're doing because they can make men lactate.
Okay, we jumped all the way off the top.
Back on the topic, please.
Okay, go ahead, Kay.
The topic is, what kind of woman are you? Women who are not allowing the baby daddy, for whatever reasons, to participate in the child's life. How do you guys feel about that? Okay, the question is, what would be a good reason why she should not allow the father to be in the child's life?
As we said, death. You done killed 15 people. Maybe
I still love my son though.
How do we know?
I can be a mass murderer, but I still love my kids.
You a mass murderer killing kids.
I mean, that's different. But you didn't specify that.
Reason
I'm just saying,
you will not be.
I could be the biggest dope dealer in Atlanta, but I still love my kids.
Okay, that's if you're a dope dealer. Difference between being a dope dealer and I kill 15, 20 people every other day.
But drugs do kill people.
Yeah.
No, people kill people.
Well, drugs, no, you have some drugs that would not kill people too.
Yeah, but the people choose to use these drugs that kill.
That you choose to sell.
That you choose to sell to these people that you know they don't have too common
Yeah,
sense.
but I can be a furniture salesman, and that don't mean that you need a couch, right?
I'm
just saying, don't you?
And the couch gonna fall on the second floor and get you in the head and kill you.
I'm just saying, like it's if it's like my opinion, if it's nothing like sexual towards the kids or anything like that, it shouldn't be any reason. Now, if he's a pedophile or a nasty nigga like that, then that's reason.
So what if he's raped several women?
Have the daughters.
I mean, that's sexual.
Okay.
Yeah,
you said your son is a male.
But I mean, still, like just all sexual aspects. No. I mean, I would agree.
He's raped several women, but your son is a male.
Then no, that's still sexual. So no, I would agree with you.
Okay, Lala, what would make you say a woman even not to see him at all?
Well, in my perspective,
Mm-hmm.
I done went through it. I told my son, Dad, that he couldn't see him because you denied him all this time. He's not yours, he's not yours, he's not yours. So don't pick and choose when you're not with a bitch to decide, oh, I want to be in my son's life. But that's not really what it is. You take me to court for visitation and never pick my child up one time since they granted you visitation. What was the purpose? Because you was with a bitch.
Why she gotta be a bitch though?
Because she was.
No.
And she was a bitch because he got her pregnant at the same time as me. So she was a bitch.
Why she? But that's not her fault. That was his doing.
It is. She know. But hey, it is what it is. Now I always told my son it'd be up to you if you want to
Go over there.
right have communication with your dad. My son is 21. The first time he contacted his dad by himself, he was about 17. Literally.
Yeah, I understand that because my son finally, reached out to his sperm donor and he had it's his choice. It's his choice. I've never told my sons to hate their fathers. I just told them when y'all old enough and that's something you choose to do, you do it. I don't have nothing to do with it. You can't call me now that they're grown because all of my boys is over 25. Now all of a sudden they fathers want to pop in. You don't call me talking about why my son acting like that. He a grown ass man.
And see, that's how I was always getting called. like, oh, you got my son hating me, this and that and the third. No, you have yourself, because you neglected yourself for being in his life, not me. So that's up to you and him to figure that out. If my son wants you to, he'll let you.
But I feel like, okay, let me ask you this: as grown men, if your fathers wasn't a part of your life, you ain't saying no, you just look at, if your fathers has never been a part of your life, and they finally come in at the age of 28, 29, and decide that they want to be a father, how do y'all handle that?
I was in a situation.
Okay, so how did you handle it?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's my dad. So I never in my life,
Yep.
my mom will always
Thank
tell
you.
you, I love my dad from day one. I ain't even meet him until I was 17 years old. That was the first
I ain't
time
meet my
ever seen-
dad till I was 25.
I ain't
Okay.
never met him anything until I was 17. When I turned 17 years old, you know what I did? I ran to him. Because at the end of the day, it's my dad. The only thing I wanted to know was who my dad was. My mom never said anything negative about my dad, but family said a lot of negative things. But I didn't never let that bother me, because at the end of the day, that's my father. You know what I mean? So all that, well, he might have been gone, or he might chose to do what he did. I tell you what did hurt though. When I finally got around his side of the family. You know, when my dad used to tell me all the time, man, you talk about you all the time, whatever, and it just got me excited. I finally got around his side of the family, and I was like, yo, y'all knew about me? You know what I mean? Because I'm 17 years old, you know, damn near grown. You knew about me? You know what their response was? No, we didn't know you exist.
Oh wow.
It hurt, but it hurt, but it never stopped me from loving my dad. From this day to this day, my dad, I still talk to my dad. I still call him. I still love him, regardless of all the things that he did wrong. Is not being there for me, but that's still my dad. You know what I mean? You only get one dad. Anybody can come up in your life and be a father figure to you, but that's still my dad. It's just like your child. Let's flip the situation. I like to play devil advocate.
Okay.
They know me. I'm real good at playing devil advocate.
Okay,
Let's
go
flip
for
it,
it.
right?
Go for it.
All right. I'm the child.
Okay.
Right? I'm the child. So how I can only build a relationship with my father through me, right? So let's just say I didn't have him again, right? You're the mother,
Okay.
right? So I grew up, I'm 21 years old, and I decided to go out there and rape all these women, slap them up, beat them up, do them all kinds of ways. Now you raised me, right?
Okay.
Hold on, you raised me, right?
Okay.
Now, do you still love me?
I'm gonna
Even though,
always love you.
even though I'm out here doing all kinds of wrong, whether it ain't gotta be me raping. I could be a murderer. I could be somebody that beat on other folks. I can just be a thief. I can steal from you. But let's just be real. At the end of the day, you gonna still love your child, because that's your child. There's nothing's gonna change that at all. No matter how you look at that situation, it's still your child. You're gonna still love them. So why is it not? Why can't that father, no matter what he did wrong, can't still love his child? I think we as our culture, I hate to put things in sexes, but I really think it's our culture is so brainwashed between all the things that don't happen through this 400 years that she was saying, that we got to a point that we just like, you know what I mean? We just flow with it because it sounds good, but it don't.
No,
It
why
don't.
not? It
And
don't sound good.
I'm gonna tell you. No, and the reason why I say that, because we can say that it don't sound good, but we say it. So if we saying it in the outside perspective of our culture, the other cultures are sitting there saying, well, that's what they feel like, because that's what comes out their mouth as a culture. No matter how much in the inside we feel like, oh man, no, that's not how it really is. As a culture, as a whole, that's what we say. We say black men ain't in the kids' life. We say mothers always snatch kids away from their fathers. We say that a lot. So the outside culture gonna say, yeah,
But that's what
it is.
But that's what they showing a lot.
I
Think about it on social media now.
Showing a lot. I'm gonna tell you.
Let's go with what he said.
I got you. I didn't miss. I got you.
Let's go
I
to what
got
he
you.
said. What he said was that you would love regardless. But let's go to the fact of, what is love? Is love a word or is it an action?
It's an action.
Love is an action. So the fact is that regardless of to what you did, or I'll say if my child does, going forward from this life frame going on, I'll say that I've shown that I love the shit out of that little boy. I've loved him from a baby till he's been a man. I don't approve of what he does. Love is an action, meaning that if I love you, right, even if you, this like, what's her name? The lady who baby got snatched, Kamaya. Every year, She gave that girl a birthday party even though she never saw her. Every year she did something for that child even though she never saw her. Did that man do something for you every year regardless that you wasn't there? And then the fact is that if I love you, I'm going to let the world know. Nobody will ever say, I never knew you existed. Because I got a son. I got this. I got that. I got this. So love is an action. It's something that I understand that it may be a woman that's holding you back. But anybody that is talking, it's not always a figure out situation.
Sometimes
it's not always a figure out situation.
It is.
It's not always going to be easy. And I can say that I know from experience on some other people that yes, some women can be total bitches about the situation and they make it hard for the man. I get it. I get it. I 100% get it. But at the same time, I see that male loving his son in spite of.
That's what I'm saying. Figure it out. But I'm not saying figure it out because even though we have some women, I was one person. This young man figured it out. Regardless of how much of a bitch I was being, he was like, okay, of a person I was being, you might not let me see his son. But guess what he did? He went to the school. Guess what he did? He went to the Boys and Girls Club. When they played sports, even though I couldn't stand him, when I looked up, he was there. So you can't tell me they can't figure it out.
They can't figure it out.
Everybody ain't got the energy of that guy though.
Then why not? Then when it comes to your kid, you got to make energy.
That's like me expecting every man to be able to lift up 300 pounds.
No,
everybody ain't gonna have that same strength. Because guess what? We talk about men feelings. Now we talk about how a man feels. Every man ain't got that same strength to say, fuck her. Because he might be.
But he did. But he did.
But, you know what I'm saying? Well, this is the thing. No, fuck her, meaning forget I'm coming to see my child. Like, you know what I'm saying? He might be so worn down by you that he want to say, forget that child. Because I shouldn't have to fight this fight to go see my child. And he tired.
But if it's love, like she said, it's love.
Now.
Go do it.
No.
Figure it out.
That's in theory. That's an in theory answer.
Let me clarify. I can get and understand the fact of I'm tired. A man may have been fighting for years. He can be tired. And it's okay to take a break and say, you know what, I'm tired. Because somebody keeps doing stuff. The court does not always play in the male's favor. It doesn't. It does not always play in the male's favor.
Highly don't play.
So there's some males that I know that deserve to be with their children, do everything and go through all the fights with the court system and should have custody of their children, but don't. And they allow the mother to keep going through this certain aspect. When I tell friends and they're saying they having a kid or whatever, I'm like, okay, well understand, it's the mama's baby, it's daddy's maybe. So fathers have to fight for their rights.
Yeah.
Mothers don't have to fight for their rights. But a man could get tired of fighting for his rights. And that's understandable. And then sometimes we as women sit back and look and judge, well, how come you're not trying to get your child? Well, because, bitch, I'm tired.
Right.
I done spent $15,000 already trying to see the little nigga, and I still ain't seen him. So allow me to be, as you want to call it, a deadbeat dad. It's not being a deadbeat. It's a man that's tired because he's fighting a system that's set up not to make him win. So, but back to what I was saying, but there's still something in that scenario. That person that I know, every day they live and breathe for their child. And it's in their being, it's in their essence. And that child gets spoken out of their mouth. That child is a living part of them, even though they're not physically there. Yeah. And that's what I mean by, even if you don't have that child, it should be a living essence out of you. Like, I just met you. Oh, you have a kid? Oh, okay. And all the time I hear about this kid, I don't see him. But I know that you're honestly, oh yeah, you know, my son's this, my son's that, my son's this, or my daughter's this, my daughter's that. It's about mentally, you never let go. And mentally, they totally let go. Totally. Like, they don't exist. And then now you come back, child is passed, and the mom, you want to know why the mama mad. You physically said that she was nothing. You physically depleted her existence from your life, and until somebody told you that she died, you gave 2 shits. So how should I act? Now, I understand that with our topic, we were saying that the father had a secret relationship with the daughter. But understand that as a woman, you've been dealing with this for however many years, however the child was. If she was 14, 15, 18 years, you have had to raise this child on your own and mentally had to try to build this person up. As far as you knew, this person said, fuck you and fuck you. Fuck you and fuck that child. You don't exist to me. How should you act? She should be hurt. It takes a high level of uber confidence or mental being to say, you know what, sure, go ahead and see your child. Even though there were time frames when we and her had nothing to eat. Oh, let me start not saying me and her, when she had nothing to eat. And you weren't there. And you could have been there. It takes a high level of confidence to say that. And to say, hey, look at this child that you left out on the street. It takes a high level, because what if she got killed by something that, you know what, if you were there, you could have taught her to do these things. We don't know everything, and there's a certain role that a father plays that he should teach his daughter or his son, but whatever that is, he may not have taught her, and she may be angry that if you were there, you could have taught that person that, and they could have been alive. So the mother has a right to be angry. She didn't know about the scenario, but she has a right to be angry. I mean, and like I said, it takes a higher level of consciousness of a person to say, okay, fuck it, see the child. Because at this point, you've been fighting solo for years. Now, why are you coming around to help wish her away? That's my thoughts.
Okay. Okay. Okay,
you know me. I like to know all aspects of the story. He was in jail. Is that what it was?
Yes.
Okay.
10 years.
He was in jail for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know why he was in jail.
Never did ask.
Okay, so we don't know if it was a crime against her. We don't know if it was a crime against her. It could have been a crime against the child for all we know. We don't.
Okay,
so if that is the case,
okay,
then she got a right to be upset.
Okay.
But if that crime has nothing to do with the well-being of that child, it had nothing to do with the well-being of her, why, when he finally did get out, I mean, he probably was a gamer. Whatever he did, you knew he was doing. If it wasn't a crime against you, you knew what he was before you got with him.
Exactly.
So you knew what could. So you knew what could happen. So he went to jail. Okay, he served his 10 years, whatever he served. When he get out, see your daughter. Why would I keep it? I need a break. Women, we need breaks.
Thank you.
I need a break. Come get your child. That would have been me.
All right, we're about to go to a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Yeah, man, check this out. This one goes out to the independent artists. If you can't get any airplay, you're not getting the promotion that you feel you need, and you need a buzz, holler at us at Yale Radio Cast. Select one of our multiple packages if you are an artist or if you're a manager of an artist. Register your music directly on our website, YaleRadioCast.com, and we can have you on the air within 48 hours. Once again, Yale Radio Cast, doing it for the independent artists because we support independent artists. You already know what it is. Get you a buzz. The motto, get the business.
Guys. All right, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in to Women in the Mic. I thank our special guests for coming out. Give a shout out to them. Tell them a little bit about y'all.
Rap Analytics, we will be, our show will be coming up very, very soon. You know, you already know how women do. Yeah, we will be coming up pretty soon, so y'all stay tuned for that. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna touch on hip hop and music and all angles of it, and we're gonna give y'all another avenue. So stay tuned.
Sir, thank you for coming. Thank you for
worthy. Vote for me.
Right.
Lala, you want to say something to close out?
I'm Lala. Y'all can catch me on Facebook, Lala Libra Goddess, and on Instagram as Kinky Libra 78.
Okay.
All right, I'm your girl Mimi. It was nice talking with y'all. Please share Yale Radio Cast for Women in a Mic. We're here every Wednesday and Saturday, 8 p.m. showtime.
I am Kay Chantel, your local makeup artist and hairstylist. Catch us on Women in the Mic every Wednesday, every Saturday at 8 p.m. Also, make sure that you tune in. We're going to be having a great time, 28th, 30th, and the 1st. We're going to be blogging the whole entire weekend, having a great time, showing you how we all can get together, how real radio really does it.
Again, guys, thank y'all for tuning in to Women in the Mic. Y'all have a great day. Wine was excellent. Food, the shirts off the point. Thank you again, Shell, for the glasses and the shirt. Shell Ducree, we love you. And we're out. Good night.